So the only way to actually master your craft, right? It's not a, you've never arrived at doing this, but the only way to stay on the pathway of this is to have made poor decisions, right? The reason that you've made poor decisions is because, or exercised poor judgment, is because you've gone out and you've tried to do the thing. I don't care if we're talking about shooting, about making a fire, about land navigation, any individual task, right? And then any team or collective tasks. It's Hondo way down there, right? So in the event of land navigation, you have to do a couple things, and this is regardless of the task. Again, you have to figure out what's the primal things that I need to get right. When it comes to land navigation, you have to do basically two things right. Move in a particular direction for a specific distance. Now, that can mean any number of things. It can be short distances, long distances. Doesn't even matter. Do those two things right, and you will never be wrong. So, what do I need confidence in order to be able to do these two things? I need to be able to have confidence ultimately in three specific areas, if you will. The first one is trusting my compass. I need to have confidence in using my compass. When I preset it, I've determined my direction. I know that I need to move at 51 degrees or 31 degrees, right? Whatever that azimuth is. And you have confidence that that is the direction that you need to travel. I need to be able to trust my distance. So whether I measured it using a protractor or my scale, whatever it is, I need to trust that I need to move 500 meters as an example. 51 degrees, 500 meters. So I need to have confidence in my ability to track 500 meters. I could do this by a couple different ways, and one of the ways is going to lead into that third thing, that third area that we need to be confident or have confidence in, to be able to demonstrate good decisions, good judgment after we've made poor decisions and poor judgment. So I can trust my pace count, or I can trust my ability to traverse terrain and have confidence in my ability to read a map. A lot of people throw those magic words around, terrain association, and most of them would probably fail my land nav class if I didn't give them a compass, if all I did was give them a map. Because they're lying to themselves. Because they haven't gone out and done the stuff. They haven't made the mistakes and let those mistakes become lessons learned, right? So that the poor judgment becomes wisdom, so that you can exercise good judgment. We haven't done that because we suck as people. We don't want to put forth the effort to master our craft. We just want to pretend that we'll never need it, pretend that somebody else has it and therefore that's good enough, or come up with any number of excuses or reasons why we shouldn't be out here grinding and making ourselves better, working on mastering our craft. Maybe it becomes daunting that there are so many crafts that we have to master, right? We have to be good tradesmen at dozens of individual tasks. So many. Our field craft, our building trades, everything has to be worked on, getting better. And most things are not that hard if we connect ourselves with people who are good in these areas, right? We become an apprentice, if you will. When we become a journeyman and we pick up an apprentice and we begin teaching and instructing. We do this in all of the areas, all of the things that we've identified that we need to become better at. We keep doing them and we keep becoming better, and eventually you end up an older gentleman who is skilled and wise and people look up to because of you're an expert, you're a master at your craft. Maybe you are truly a master in a craft, but you are well-rounded in many. People look up to you for your experience and your wisdom and your knowledge. And that's good, but that brings us back to the cycle of I can't just simply rely on it, because the only reason these people are experts in their industry or are masters of their craft are because they got out, failed, made horrible decisions, but used those as a lesson learned in order to keep pushing forward, so that their poor decisions would lead to good wisdom and judgment, so that they could in turn in the future succeed in these crafts or in these areas. I'm going to challenge you, team, just like I try to challenge myself to get out, push the envelope. Don't feel that you need to be the one who has made it. Don't feel that you need to be the one who needs to sit back and say, I'm done, I've had enough, I've ground enough meat, whatever. We need to keep getting better. We need to keep pushing ourselves more. We need to connect with people who push us and who want to be pushed by us. And that's why I'm thankful for this community, because that's what we do down in the comments, right? We challenge, we correct, we rebuke, we encourage, we motivate. That's what you do for me, and that's what you do for other folks as well. Team, I appreciate you guys. Until then, you stay out there, you keep grinding, and you stay stoked. Team, if you want to master your craft and develop your tactical virtue, make sure you subscribe to the channel and click that notification bell so that you can stay up to date with future content. Consider becoming a channel member. It's going to give you exclusive access to content not available to anybody else. I appreciate you guys. Until then, you stay out there, you keep grinding, and you stay stoked.
I know you're out there! Come to my voice!